Okay, so I am going to just show you the process of what I do. I'm just making some really quick pouches right now because my little assistant, are you here? I'll have to get you in this shot in a second. So I am going to just we made most of ours already, but I had a few things I wanted to add to make some new ones. So we have the bags. And we write on the bags before we do it. I only do 3 at a time, and then usually I need more. So then I'll just have to write them as I go to see how many I think I'm actually going to need. So today I'm going to do sweet potato, carrot, a little broccoli, and some unsweetened applesauce. I do like to use fresh apples. They do end up being a little, you really have to puree them a lot to make sure that they're good enough. And you know, they can squeeze through and also squeeze through into the machine. So this is what we use. I'm going to show you that in a minute. My little buddy here eating some cheese. Yeah? You love cheese? All right. So I am really bad at measuring things, so I'm going to get better at it. And I'm going in this, all the recipes in here will have measurements. So I'm going to mix about, half a cup each of carrots and squash that I've already pre-made. I steam it all so that it's ready to go when I'm ready to just make all this. So I steam a bunch of things ahead of time, or I do it as I go and sort of do it by recipes that I'm doing. So with this, I use a food processor. You can use, if you have a really good blender, you can use that as well. And then we're just gonna add more the tops of the broccoli. I try to keep because the stems might not break down as much. And I just sprinkle a few in there. You don't need to necessarily measure this out. So that's that. And then, like I said, I usually use regular apples, and I just puree them really, really well. Sometimes I'll like cook them a little bit ahead of time, boil them in water to get them nice and soft. And then I'm going to grab half a cup of the applesauce. I use unsweetened. I try to do more veggie than fruit. And even this, sweet potatoes and carrots are sweeter fruit. So I definitely will just put half a cup of applesauce in here. And then we will puree this up and keep going until you really think that it's super soft to go into the pouches, okay? So I won't make you listen to this, so we'll pause. Okay, so I think it's pureed enough, and you'll find that if you start doing it and it gets blocked up, then you just want to throw everything back in and blend it a little bit more. So I always give a little taste test. I usually try it, and then I make Lucas try it, see how he loves it. So let's see. Do you like this? Oh, yep, he likes it. That's yummy. Okay, so now let's set up. Go ahead. Now we're going to set up the Infantino. So I'm going to show you that here. These are the should have taken these out before I started. But this is how it stores. So it's really easy. It doesn't take up a ton of room because they screw right onto the bottom and they stay in there nicely. So, okay, so you can see here that they slide right in. You just want to make sure they get there, you'll see where the groove is, and you want to make sure it's up above where it should be. And you want to push it back until it snaps in. So you do each of these. Snap them in. Then we put a sort of like a funnel. It's like how we get them in. Up on top. And then we take a spoon like that and just put it right in here. And there's a fill line. So I usually put it right around that top line inside. There's 3 little lines. And so I fill them to the top, and that will make a full. Well, I can already see that that one's a little chunky. I may have to throw these in again. But just to show you how easy it is, you just literally push it in. All of it goes in there, super easy. You twist the top off, pop it out, and you want to make sure that the bottom opens up so there's plenty of air in there, especially if you're freezing these. So sometimes what I do is take a little something, anything that we can find that's small enough. Just the top of a knife or something, and kind of push down or take a little out of the top, just because we don't want it to explode on us when it opens. And then you have the tops. You squeeze the top on, and these will stay fresh in the fridge for, and you make sure there's some air, so you can see there's some air in there. And there's air at the bottom as well. So you can keep these in the fridge for 2 to 3 days, and they will be good. So we'll keep, when we first made them, we kept 3 days worth and all different types of flavors. And then the rest we froze, and we have 2 months worth frozen. You can freeze them up to 3 months. So it's a great way to just make your own. It's done. You'll save some money over buying them at the store, even though you're buying all the ingredients. These things add up. And you can make all kinds, as you see in the ones that I made. So you can make yogurt and veggie ones. As I said, I tend to do more veggies than fruits, simply because this guy has been really good about veggies, and he doesn't need everything super sweet. But we still do add, some fruit in there to every single one. I don't really think I have any that are just fruit, just veggies. And he loves them. Yeah, he's trying to get them right now. So he pulls them out of the freezer when we open the freezer, and he sees them, gets very excited. So, and then, so the amount that I did will probably only make like 2.5. So I'm actually going to up that recipe when I put it in below, so that you have plenty. I usually try to get a big batch to make like 5 to 6 per flavor. What? 6 per flavor is great if you make a bunch of flavors, or you can pare down and you can do, 10 of each flavor, however you want to do it. So yeah, you say hi. Look at your belly showing. Belly showing. Let's hide that belly. Okay. All right. Hope this was helpful. Another thing I want to say, you'll hear Lucas in the background, is that I kept all fruits raw. But you can cook them a little bit. It's try to keep them raw if you can. If they're really ripe, then that's perfect. And they should be soft enough so that they don't create clumps that block how your pouches get filled, and for them to eat them. So if you have to cook stuff, cook it. I don't cook spinach, so you'll see I'll put what's cooked and not cooked in the recipes. I think my problem with the ones I just did was that my carrots weren't quite soft enough. So they are a little bit, they weren't too bad. They're going through, but I did notice some chunks that I had to reprocess. So just keep an eye on that, and make sure you do a mix of raw and not raw. I also use different things like ginger and cinnamon and different flavors in there just to add something. It really gets them used to all different flavors. He loves the ginger one. the one that has ginger and squash and some other things. So yeah, enjoy. I also want to say this is the Infantino, and we bought this plus the 50 bags, so that's like around 2 months, maybe more, because he doesn't necessarily have one every day. And then just get creative with the ingredients. Get whatever veggies you can in there. It's a great way to have them in there and getting them to eat them. He loves veggies, so we don't really have a problem with that. But yeah, do you like those? Oh, you want to eat it? Yeah. Oh, you want to get it? This looks so yummy. You say bye. Say bye bye. Bye bye.